Is there a danger that the governments will, I don't know, it's probably not the right term, but ban Bitcoin or will make it illegal to make transactions in Bitcoin because they have a concern about it competing with their fiat currency?
Well, not a concern. I would say it's a guarantee. And I know I'm a very contrarian opinion here, but let's just take a look at Venezuela. Like interest rates are, sorry, inflation is going through the roof. So what do? And people are wanting to get rid of their currency because the currency is being devalued so fast. What do? They make it illegal to print the inflation rate in all newspapers. Like this is what they do. Like so at all times, whenever entrenched powers, whenever they're losing control, the cattle that's you and I, that's the citizens. We are their meat that they harvest. We go to work 365 days a year and they take whatever they decide, 20%, 30%, 40%, 100%, whatever your tax rate is. You know, whether you live in a communist regime or whether you live in a high tax paying regime or a low tax regime, you are the meat. You are the cattle. You are the livestock. You have to get that through your head. It's hard to accept for a lot of people. And when they are losing control, the cattle, like when you're in line for the slaughterhouse, here, keep using our money while we print trillions and trillions of dollars and give it to our friends. When you are in line to be slaughtered, you will do everything you can to get out of the line to the slaughterhouse. And they will do everything to keep you in. So back in the Great Depression, what did they do? They outlawed gold usage. Private citizens were not allowed to own gold. It's like, okay, so this has happened. You know, when what's going on in the Soviet Union, we're going to put up walls. You are not allowed to leave. You're going to be prisoners here for the next 3-4 decades. The livestock will always try and escape, be it physically and actually get across the border, or with their assets, get rid of the asset and buy new assets. With 100% certainty, I can tell you they're gonna try and close the pen on all of this, and in every single way. In all of the ways, they will take everything from everyone like they always do, trying to keep their power. So once you just give that to the universe and say, okay, well, help me, what do I do? It's like, what tools are going to be the best tools to help you survive in that environment? And here's why I think, so I said I'm dispassionate about Bitcoin with my investing dollars. From what it will do to humanity, I think it's going to raise the level of humanity so much for this reason. When you really get down to the horrible blood and gore of it, it always comes down to what do the guys with guns do? Mm-hmm. And that's what it always comes down to, right? It's like you look in Venezuela, you look in Zimbabwe, it's like, what are the guys with guns going to do? And it's really simple. They're willing to do anything. They'll slaughter everybody to hold onto their power. And we're in a fight for our lives, and that's how it works. You just have to get over that. That is how it works. Okay. So now you get into this situation where, okay, am I going to be, like, let's go back to the Great Depression. Am I going to be the person who ignores the government and holds onto my gold, knowing full well that there are IRS agents at every single bank who stand beside you as you open up the safety deposit box? Are you the one that gets, as you cross borders, go through metal detectors, things like that? So gold and silver, as days gone by, was a fantastic, the best, I would argue, in this situation, a way to protect your wealth. But its problem was it suffered from something that I would say it was not censorship resistant. It didn't have plausible deniability in whether you had it. You either had a gold coin on you or didn't. And so if you get caught holding the contraband, a gold coin, it's shoot one, scare 1,000. So now it comes down, remember, it's people with guns. So it's like, well, am I going to let my wealth get evaporated? So I will buy gold, but I'm going to try and hide it. I'm not going to hand it all back into the government. I'll sneak it across the border and sell it overseas. You got some options, but there are risks. And it's how much you think you're going to get caught. That is how much you're willing to push the boundary to feed your family. So right now, going in Venezuela, they're breaking into the zoo and killing animals to eat because they need to eat. It's illegal to break into the zoo, and they never would have thought of doing it, but they will do it. Mm-hmm. So how does this apply to our world of money? The magical thing about Bitcoin is it has plausible deniability and it's censorship resistant. Do I have Bitcoin? I don't know. How much do I have? You don't know. I can hold a phrase in my head and hold millions of dollars, billions of dollars. I can do that. And so, okay, the police come and shake me down, give me your Bitcoin. Well, okay, you're going to beat me. Here, have my Bitcoin account. Was that my whole account? Was it a part of my account? Was it? So what it does is it changes the dynamics of that violent interaction that inevitably happens when the cattle try to get out of the line to the slaughterhouse, like we're seeing in Venezuela right now. When you're being forced to participate in a system that does not serve you, how much you're willing to fight depends on how much you're willing to get caught. And the beautiful thing about Bitcoin is it drastically improves your chances of not getting caught, which means millions, if not billions of people will be more likely to actually do what they need to do to survive and grab some. And then hopefully we're going to have the people that want to keep their power, they're like, well, I mean, shoot one, scare 1,000. Okay, we can do that, but they're not getting that scared because most people believe they have plausible deniability, and we can't prove who has Bitcoin and who doesn't, and things like that. So it totally changes the dynamic of this horrific end of days scenario that it always happens. History is littered with it. So it'd be silly not to expect it. I understand how hard it is. Who's, you and me raised in this generation, we've had an extremely charmed life. And it's hard to imagine that it would ever become that bad, but history tells us that it always does. And so these are the things that I think about when I think about the future. And I have a lot of hope and a lot of excitement because we have never had a tool this good and this amazing at keeping our personal liberties, our personal sovereignty, and our personal wealth in a way that is censorship resistant like this.
Thanks so much for being here and watching that video. And can I ask you to please subscribe to our channel so you can find out when we're posting new content. You'll be alerted right away when we do. To share this with people you think might benefit from the information, and certainly it helps us if you like the video. So if you like what you just saw, go ahead and hit that like button. And again, thank you so much for being here with me right now.